Hello. Okay, next tutorial. This look is meant to be Hedwig from the fabulous movie Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And the reason I'm doing this makeup now is just because one of my friends, Anthony Cook, makeup artist, I'll put his name there so you can link to his channel because he's awesome, basically suggested this film and said you should watch it, it's amazing. I was like, yeah, why not? So I watched it and I've fallen in love with the film, so I had to recreate the iconic character from it, the main character. So yeah, this is my Hedwig look. So there's not much else I can say about this look really, except for if you'd like to see how to recreate it, stay tuned. Okay, so as always, I'm going to start by blocking out my eyebrows. I'll pop a link here to one of my previous tutorials, so if you just watch the first few minutes of that, it will teach you guys how to block them out. So I'm going to do that now and get back to you just so I can save some time up in this video. So there we are, my eyebrows are all covered in wax and spirit gum, yay! So now I can cover them. I'm going to start on my eyes first and do my foundation last because there is a lot of glitter involved in this look and there's going to be a fair amount of fallout on my face, so it's just easier to wipe it off and then apply my foundation rather than ruin the foundation. So yeah, I'm going to start on my eyes first. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a NYX Jumbo pencil in milk, so white, basically 604, and I'm going to cover my entire eyelid and this area of my brow with that, and I'm just going to blend it out with a brush just so I've got a nice base to work with. Then I can just take a brush and just blend that out a little bit just so it's a bit more even and not so much of a block colour basically. There we are. So it's not got to be that neat, it's more of a base for the colour anyway, so plus we're going to be smothering this in glitter, so yeah. So now I'm going to take my most favourite eyeshadow ever, I think, to be honest, and that's my M.A.C Sea and Sky. I think it's a mineral baked eyeshadow. It's, yeah, Sea and Sky by M.A.C. It's amazing. The pigment in this blue is just stunning. So the idea is I'm going to apply it in the crease of my eye. It's going to be bigger out here. It's going to be a wing. So, as I said, it doesn't really matter if you mess up the wing, because at this point we've got no foundation, so you could just wipe it off if you wanted to get a neat line, but try and make it as neat as you can, really. Then it's going to be thicker, going about to the start of your natural brow where the wax starts, and it's going to taper off right into towards the tear duct of the eye. So just follow the crease of your eye. Try to keep your eyelids completely clean. Okay, so that kind of a shape, so tapers off towards the centre of the eye, tear duct basically, and then gets bigger, and yeah, so you make sure the edges are ever so slightly blended out, but because we're using so much glitter, it can be really forgiving, so you don't have to spend too much time on making sure the edges are blended. So yeah, so now I'm going to do the other eye. I've made it ever so slightly higher than my natural crease, just so that when my eyes are open I've given some room, so when I have eyelashes on as well you'll see some of the white. Yeah, I don't want to just see it when I'm looking down, but yeah. Then I'm going to take some M Dazzle Dust in number 4, which is basically glitter, but it's just really strong glitter, so you see it really nicely from a distance. Now, because that eyeliner pencil that I've used is kind of like a cream, this will set it and it will hold it in place as well. So I'm just going to press it on my eyelids. As I said, don't worry about fallout because I'm not wearing any foundation at the moment, so just press it in all over the white on the eyelids. I'm just going to draw some more white just above the blue. Basically where I'm going to be drawing the eyebrows, just above that. So I'm just going to do that there. And then take the same brush as before and just blend that out ever so slightly. I'm going to do the same and just put the glitter just above that. Then I'm going to take a number 22 Dazzle Dust, which is a glittery dark blue, similar to the shade I've just applied for the Sea and Sky. And now the idea is I'm going to press that all over the blue in the same pattern that I've done before. And then I'm just going to draw on my eyebrows. So I'm going to use my Collection 2000 felt eyeliner pen, and I'm going to draw on this really sad eyebrow that goes up at the edge and then tapers off. Slight arch, I suppose. It's very similar to the Emily Corpse Bride look I did, that kind of a sad brow. There we are. I'm going to neaten it up as I go along because I don't want to make it perfect now, because when I apply the foundation I know I'm going to slip and hit an eyebrow or something, so but that's the shape. So you can see it just, there's that really sad look to it, which is really, well, it's iconic of the look. So yeah, so that kind of a shape. So you see it tapers off, and so there's a very slight gap in between the blue, the silver, and the brow. Just, yeah. So, right, then, actually, before I finish and start on the foundation, I'm just going to apply some eyeliner to the top using some, MAC Black Fluidline. None to the bottom, funnily enough. No lashes on the bottom, nothing like that. It's just going to be really close to the tear duct. I'm actually going to go in the Fluidline underneath, like, my top Fluidline, if that's the correct word, just so it looks really dark. And I'm going to lightly line the top of my eyelid as well. You'll see. So I'm going to take my MAC Black Track in Fluidline in Black Track, and this is one of my most favourite brushes ever for when I do fine details. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually a Grimas brush, number 2, if that helps anyone. It's so awesome. So I'm going to take the colour and I'm going to start underneath my eye. So the idea is just to go really, really close to your tear duct and just to the top half of your eyelid. I'm just going to go on top following the same line, but it's going to be quite thick, I suppose. I think I am going to wing it out, just so it joins onto this blue. I'm just going to do a tiny bit, not underneath, but only to here, just a tiny bit, not even the fluid line of my eye, just taper it down here, just so it joins the line together a bit. Yeah, like that. So that's what it looks like. Granted, remember, we're going to be putting eyelashes on as well, but I'll do that at the very, very end, I think. So I'm going to do that on the other right now. So now I can start on my foundations. So as usual, whenever I do a kind of draggy look, I'm going to use my Kryolan TV Paint sticks. I'm going to use 1W, 3W and 9W just because the 3W is closest to my skin tone, the 1W is the lightest shade, so it's a great highlight, and the 9W is, I think it's the darkest shade, but it's a great contouring colour. So, if you're a girl doing this look, you could probably get away with just using darker shade foundations. The only reason I'm using these is because they're like a cream stick, basically. It's like a cream concealer stick, basically, and it will cover my stubble quite well. And yeah, so I'm going to apply the 1W first in the highlighted areas. So I'm going to go down the centre of my nose. I'm going to go along my cheekbones. Yeah, down the centre of my face and up to my forehead. But you'll see when I apply it. Then apply the 3W in the areas that's going to be in between where the shade is going to be, basically. Yeah, basically. So it's going to be just on the outside of the highlighter. Then I can blend all of those together before I start on my 9W. The idea is I'm just going to buff it in, doing one colour at a time, and then we'll end up working it all together. Just take my 9W and start contouring. Now Hedwig has some quite strong contouring lines, so I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to blend it out too much. It needs to be quite strong here and then taper off in a really sharp line. But you see. I've just gone down the sides of my nose as well and my hairline. So now I can buff those out, but remember not to buff too much of the cheekbone contouring out because it needs to be quite thick. Okay, then I'm just going to quickly powder that with some Grimas translucent powder, pressing it in. Just be careful around the eyes, obviously, not to get too much powder there, just so we can set it and so it's not going to look quite so shiny. Sorry, I just took some sleek contour colour in 373, the dark brown shade. What I've done is I just took a contouring brush, an angle brush, and I've just gone over where I've gone basically, and I've added these extra shaded areas here where my temples are, just to give it that sharper cheekbone. Yeah. See, it needs to be super chiseled. So now I've done that, I think I'm going to stick some eyelashes on. So for the lashes, of course, I'm going to go with some Only Ways Essex lashes. These are in Paparazzi. I don't know if you can see. Oops, so they're quite big. It's just the rim of them, the line, the weft of them rather, is really glittery, and I just think it's kind of perfect for this kind of look. So yeah, here we are. So ta-da! So fairly big lashes, not too big because we don't want the lashes to go really too far beyond the blue eyeshadow we've put on, because it will just cover it all, and yeah, there'll be no point in having it on. So, and we really want the white to show, so I'm going to apply these lashes and we'll go from there. The lips are also super sparkly, so I'm going to use a red lipstick by Sleek in Vixen, or 787, which is really, really bright red lipstick. Now, these lips are quite big, quite a full bottom lip, quite a big Cupid's bow. Yeah, but I mean, the coverage has got to be quite full with this, but bear in mind, we're going to be covering it with red glitter as well afterwards, so yeah. So yeah, I wasn't kidding. Big lips. Then I'm going to take some Pout paint by Sleek in PinUp, which is the same red pretty much. It's just like a really, really gorgeous coloured lip gloss. No reason I want a lip gloss on. I mean, you could use regular lip gloss, but I just need something for the glitter to stick to. Then I can just take some ordinary red glitter, and while it's still tacky, just press it on. There we are. Super glittery lips. And there we are. Sorry to jump ahead again. I've not done anything makeup wise. I've just added the wig, the costume and some eyes. The eyes are dark blue contact lenses, because in the film Hedwig's got these beautiful dark blue eyes whenever they do a close-up. So yeah, I thought I'd throw them in. Why not? The wig, please forgive me for. I only had a really long, blonde, super curly wig lying around that I could do this kind of look with, so I tried my hardest to straighten it out as much as I could, because it's a synthetic wig, so straightening it's a nightmare. I just tried to curl it back and give the centre parting. I know it's not great. I'm sure you guys can do a lot there, but I think it works for now, because you have to have the iconic hair, don't you? So the costume, it doesn't really matter, because there's no real iconic costume from the film, so yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's my Hedwig look. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, the usual. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time,